Give me a minute. I gotta. Let me change that down there. Um, so, greetings. This is Hako, also known as ArtistPoet, and I am currently changing the display message to spectators because it is irrelevant at this time because I am on microphone. So, if you want to leave a comment or say anything silly, I will respond if I notice it in time, which I kind of don't because I don't do these for an audience. I do these more or less for myself just to kind of hear my own ideas later on bounced off. It's kind of like taking notes in a journal. But anyway, but this is actually, I'm trying to share this. In Pokemon, there is, especially with the people who have ported their games to emulators where they can stream them. I don't know if you can do that with with Switches yet. I haven't tried that out. But anyway, there's a thing called a Nuzlocke, and I believe it's pronounced that's spelled Nuzeclokke. I believe. Yeah, Nuzlocke challenge. So this is a challenge that Pokemon players have been doing for some time now. The way the rules are, there's some basic rules here. One is in the Pokemon version, you're only allowed to capture the first Pokemon you encounter per route. Now, in my Nuzlocke, I say per area, which of course also excludes any special quests. So, for instance, if an NPC quests you to collect 10 different species of Pokemon, which is something that happens in the Alola region games, I don't count those 10 Pokemon that I capture as part of the Nuzlocke challenge because they're an actual NPC mission. So, and then when I talk about areas, it's like, say for instance, Route 2 in Alola, which is Sun and Moon. Sorry, there is the cemetery, and then there are some other side grass areas. So if, like on the screen, it'll tell you what area you've entered into. So if it says Route 2, then you catch one Pokemon in Route 2. If it says Route 2 Park, then you can catch a Pokemon in the Route 2 Park. If it says Route 2 Cemetery, then you can catch a Pokemon in the Route 2 Cemetery. So I've expanded the Nuzlocke to say that, because the later editions of the games had multiple sub areas within the larger route, and of course towns. You can catch Pokemon in certain cities too. So basically, the first area you encounter, as defined by the game itself, and you were supposed to nickname the Pokemon so that you build a bond with it. Well, in Sun and Moon, you have this grooming mini game that goes into it, and in the Switch game, you also Sword and Shield, you have a camping mini game, which is where you build a bond with your Pokemon. This has been a thing for some generations now. But anyway, so you name the Pokemon, so you build a connection to it. You're only allowed to catch one Pokemon per area that you encounter. It's the first Pokemon you capture. All the others you can beat the shit out of for XP if you want, obviously. And if a Pokemon dies, it's deleted. So, well, it's not deleted, or it's set aside in a box that you're not allowed to access throughout the rest of the game. Because obviously, if you complete the game, if you win the Nuzlocke, which is to beat the Elite Four and become the champion of the game, if you beat the game in the Nuzlocke, you may want to keep that game. You may want to transfer those Pokemon to other games or something like that. Sorry for the tisking. I am actually kind of dry in the mouth. Give me a minute. So anyway, how to translate that into, say, Destiny? And you're probably asking yourself, what is up with ArtistPoet? Why is he gone nuts? Well, because I am on withdrawals from PvP. During Iron Banner, I played my Warlock through all his playlists to get his, soft X pinnacle weapons, his soft core pinnacles, or yeah, I guess that. Why would I use a porn term to describe that? I don't know. That's sorry. But anyway, so yeah, my Warlock got almost all of his stuff done and finally completed his Iron Banner bounties, the 4 that you get per week for the 4 pinnacles, and he got 1 kinetic, 2 energy, and a heavy, which was great because then I could put them on my hunter. Well, I went ahead and I played on my hunter. Now, a month before, literally in early December, I got a warning screen that says that my internet connection has been consistently poor, and that if I don't take action to it, I may be excluded from certain activities in the game. And I was thinking, okay, I don't do raids, I don't do Nightfall Grandmasters, I don't do um, legendary or higher. I don't do any. I don't do any activities that require me to match with my own fire team. Uh, but I do a lot of match-made activities, unfortunately. And so I was like, okay, no problem. So I made sure that I only connected to the game when my internet showed that it was the most stable. In other words, I am on Wi-Fi. In other words, my Wi-Fi signal is at least 80%, and that my download uploads were no less than 13 and 4. Because for a year, for many years before that, I was playing on an average of 12 and 3 and never having problems. Never having problems connecting to the game, never having problems with lag or being disconnected or removed from the game state, unless it was like a system wide, chronic event where everybody was reporting, hey, we're getting baboon, hey, we're getting Marionberries, hey, we're getting, bees, uh, or arugulas or something like that. But it's been this last 2 or 3 seasons where it seems like, you know, my connection has been, even though I have the same connections I had the year before with virtually no problems, for some reason this year it's become even more important for some reason. Um, and I have to say that I blame Luke Smith and his obsession with MMOs and the push towards Destiny becoming more of a PC based game than a console game. Now, PCs are more expensive than consoles, which is why I play on console. I like the plug and play features of a console. I can do all kinds of different things on my console. I only paid like $400 for my console. If I was to try to do even half of the stuff that I do on my console, entertainment wise, that means streaming services and video games, I'd probably have to be about $3,000, $4,000 for just a standard crate. And now, granted, while that would be okay, I mean, I could limp along with that. I would have just as bad a connection at that financial level as I have right now with my console. And I think what the problem is that because Destiny knows that it has access to PC, and PC players have such a higher demand for performance and visuals and everything else, which is, I think, honestly stereotyping PC players, which is, in my opinion, bad. Because console players have a really high demand for quality and for the quality of the game itself, not just the visuals and the mechanics being fluid. Because there's mechanics in the terms of the style and mechanics in terms of the function. If the mechanics function properly, um, but the style is such that you don't enjoy it, but you can still have fun with the game, in my opinion. But long story short, TLDR. I really do hold Luke Smith accountable for the current paranoid, obsessive nature with the whole connection thing. I also hold him responsible for the fact that the community has become more and more divisive and isolationist. The game is always better to be played with friends, and that's always been strongly encouraged since Destiny 1's launch. That gather your friends together and play in this shared world adventure. This is why, unlike other online games where you sign out and you come back to the spot you signed out in, because you are fire teaming with people, that you sign out as a fire team, you come back into the neutral lobby, which is orbit. I've always felt that it was ridiculous to do that. Why not just load us straight into a tower, since most of our gaming sessions start at the tower? Um, but stylistic choices here. But so yeah, I did not play with a regular group of people in Destiny 1. I don't play with a regular group of people in Destiny 2. I have some actual stalwarts that I would call in the clan that, if I wanted to group for an activity, they would be there because they're always doing something and everyone's always willing to double up on whatever. But the content has changed into such a way that right now it's like if I get my Nightfalls all done, there's no reason to go back in and do them over. There's no reason for it. There's no motivation for that other than I would be doing it simply for just just for glimmer and materials and the experience of playing with a friend of mine. And my friends are all right now. They're heavily into dungeons and raiding and doing the Grandmaster Nightfalls and doing the Legendary Lost Sectors. And I just don't feel the value in those tense experiences. I play video games as a decompression, as a break, as a way to break away from the anxiety and the stress of day to day. Now, when I first started playing Destiny, it was that game. It was you could be really really casual, and if you wanted a more intense experience, there were the raids, there were the nightfalls, and then there were eventually Trials of Osiris, and then Trials of the Night, of course, in Destiny 2. And I got into playing Prison of Elders, which, of course, when I can't remember his name, but the Poison Baron showed up, the guy from the House of Wolves that led the rebellion. That week was always a little tense because it was quite bugged out. And that's the thing that I wanted to bring up again is that a lot of the problem that Destiny has with its player base comes down to the connections. And I think that having an unstable server on a regular basis because it's peer to peer, so it's like, you don't have control over the server quality. You really don't because you've given that control to the players. Well, when you give that control to the players, there are going to be people who exploit that ability to control that flow. That's like saying that the people get to vote on what your minimum wage is. When essentially, yeah, we do vote on the minimum wage, but honestly, um, that final vote really does come down to whatever government agency is prompted the bill itself. We have a voice, we have a say, but we're not the only say. Go look it up. Long story short, again, TLDR, more TLDR. Destiny was putting peer-to-peer connection forward as their model for the network. They get really, really precious about it now because it is the full fact of the game is driven towards the new player experience. If I was a brand new player to Destiny, never touched Destiny before, got into this game and started playing this game, there would be so much for me to take in at once. It would seem like it was like stepping into a football arena. And when in fact what you're really doing is you're stepping onto a mini golf course. And each of the courses, each of the mini golf courses are their own content, but you really are, you're on a mini golf course in Destiny, okay? And new players who have no experience with this kind of game or this environment, they're thinking they're walking into the Olympic arena. And that's what Destiny wants. They want new players. Well, if the new player starts to play a game and he gets lobbied with a peer-to-peer connection, which is what we're getting here, and he ends up being connected to somebody who's across the globe over an ocean with a satellite connection and probably using a hotspot, his connection is not going to be so great. And the first thing he's going to do is he's going to say, well, fucking deinstall, because it's free to play. Um, I'm committed to playing Destiny because I enjoy the game. I enjoy the game state and the environment, the mechanics, the aesthetics, and everything about it. But more importantly, what's driving me to keep playing, in spite of the fact that I am finding numerous reasons not to play every day, is because I already paid. I paid $70 for this year for the annual pass and the expansion and all the bells and whistles. And there's a strong chance that I'll probably pour some silver into this bullshit because there'll be a cosmetic that I'll be like, oh wow, I really think I want that. As it is, no. So yeah. Back to my point, I got restricted from playing PvP because I went into a gambit match with my hunter. First, I did some bounties. First, I did some bounties with my hunter in Crucible, and I did Iron Banner because Iron Banner was there. The 4 bounties do take some time, and the reason being is that while a lot of the bounties are shared shots, which is great because that's what the bounties used to be like in Crucible and in Strikes. A lot of bounties are also final blows. And so, if I wanted to get the final blow bounties done, that means I had to play a little bit more aggressively. I had to play a bit more dickishly, which means that I was going to have to lock out other players from getting the same fire lane that I have, so that I'm not having to worry about someone getting the cleanup while I'm reloading. Which is another reason why I play the hunter, because I use the marksman's dodge to instantly reload my gun, also to break line of fire with my targets. So that they don't get a chance to fucking counter me while I'm reloading. I choose weapons that have a pretty deep reserve or a high punch on their rounds. So hand cannons are like not really a good, not a full choice for me. Although I am, as you can see here, I'm equipped with the Hawk Moon on my hunter. I have a rare pulse rifle on my warlock. So I like magazines that have pretty good reserves in them, and of course that would mean that I would want to play Trials of Osiris so I can get the Adept mod that allows you to have an expanded magazine. Um, and So my point was basically that I wanted to get pinnacles for a change. Normally I don't chase power levels. Normally I don't give a fuck about power levels because I play PvP and I play control and I play elimination or I play survival, and none of that fucking shit matters. I can go in at a 1050 and I'm going to be punching at whatever the seasonal limit is or soft cap is. That's what I meant to say. The soft cap, not soft core. But anyway, uh, so so yeah, normally I don't care about power levels because it doesn't matter in Crucible because it's all battle leveled. And to an extent, even in PvE, even in strikes and in nightfalls and raids, you're kind of battle leveled as well. There's a certain limit that you're not going to be able to go over that power level. So there's no point in really pushing for pinnacle level because it's never going to count until you get to those pinnacle activities. So I'm in Iron Banner for a little bit, and the matches are doing pretty smooth. You know, I'm looking at my bar, and it shows that I have a full white bar, which is that little bar on the right side of your emblem when you look at the roster when it shows you there. And everything's doing great. And then I go to Gambit, and I'm doing Gambit, and I'm doing okay with one of the matches. But I'm noticing that the guy on the other side, he invades and he wipes us out instantly, almost instantly wipes us out, and then I'm dead, and I can see his avatar in that tiny, tiny, tiny little red outline, which means that he's on the other side of the map. He's in his own map again, but the timer's still showing that he's got like 5 or 6 seconds left. And then there's other times where he invaded where the timer ran out, and the screen stopped being red, but he's still running around killing us. I mean, taking his time running around killing us. So I report his ass. Third match, I'm on his team, and I get DOSed. I try to go back into Gambit, and Drifter gives me the oops, you left a match. So I was like, okay, fine, we'll do a cooldown. So then I decided to go to Varix, and do some Europa shit. I figured, okay, it's been probably the time to cool down. I go to check Gambit, and it says, I've been restricted from the activity. I go to check Iron Banner. I'm restricted from the activity. I go to check Control. Restricted. All of Crucible. Comes to find out, I log out. I log back in. So I think maybe it's a bug. And there's a splash screen that says, because of your connection and the fact that you've been dropped from matches, you're being restricted now from any PvP kind of based or matched against other players. I could totally match in on a heroic nightfall and strikes and raids where my connection would be even more important, but I can't go into PvP. So logic. The game still wants me to play, but they don't want me playing PvP. And I have to say, I'm feeling a little targeted about this because it's not my connection. Sometimes it is. 3 or 4 matches after the game, normally I back out of PvP and I go and I double check my internet and make sure everything's solid, especially if I was noticing some latency, because I know packets build up and they cannot always get through. That's always a concern for me whenever I play any kind of PvP now, because I'm aware of what these things are. And again, like I said, I know the ultimate solution would be to landline in there, but I can't be in charge of my ISP's architecture. The infrastructure in my town and in my neighborhood specifically is so fatigued, and we have been crying out as a community for the ISP to upgrade their freaking hardware, but they won't do it because it's an economically challenged area. Hold on a second. So, so even if I'm landlined in and I'm paying out the nose for the premium service, which I'm paying a pretty good price for, I'm supposed to get 30 and 12, and I average 18 and 6, and that's all because of infrastructure. And the people that I get my internet from have said so. because they're able to check your hardware from their offices. When this first happened when we moved into this neighborhood, first thing I thought was, oh shit, we burnt out the router, we burnt out the modem, we got time to get some new hardware. So I called up the guys, and the tech on the other side says, okay, well, I'm going to send some pings to you. Then I'm going to have you disconnect everything and replug it in this order, and wait for these certain number of minutes between each connection, and then go ahead and send a reply back to the text that I'm going to send you right now. So he sends me a text telling me what to do. I go ahead and I do it. I send the text back. He calls me back. And I'm like, this is like, I don't have a shitty ISP, but they are fucking not lifting a finger to fix anything. And cake topper, it's been a complex year, 2020, which I think is curious that Destiny becomes the most precious about their internet stability for new players and other players, all players, at the very time when everybody is going to have more time to play now. Would have been the time for everybody to step up and truly shine as a community, but instead everybody just scrambled for their bottom line. And I think that's also a factor into my ire that I have right now. It's not just the fact that I feel targeted about the fact that my warlock had no problems, but I play my hunter and there's an issue everywhere, um, and and then of course the fact that I'm being held responsible for something that should be the game's responsibility. It's my responsibility to have good internet. If my internet's not that great, I know what it does. It allows my opponents to kill the fuck out of me, because that's what happens. When my connection sucks, I can't shoot them, but they can shoot the fuck out of me. Because my upload speeds are shit. That means upload means my bullets going to them. My download speeds have always been pretty good. That means their bullets coming to me. Which is why I know when I get greased in a match, the first thing I do is I back out of the lobby and I go check my status. I check my status on the console, I check my status on my Chromebook, I check my status on my phone, then I check the status on the main computer in the front room. And then from the 4 points of data, figure out, okay, where's the problem? Is it the Wi-Fi? Is it the modem? Is it the fact that my ISP is just chugging along with, crowded with, everybody streaming the latest whatever on whatever's channel? And I make the assessment, and I make my inferences, and then I act accordingly. If it's not a traffic time, in other words, it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning here, or even 11 and 12 o'clock here in the evening, at night, it's not very crowded. I mean, apart from my cross the street neighbors who are actually amateur DJs and pretty damn good actually. Apart from them during the weekend, this whole neighborhood shuts down and goes to bed at night. You know, there's the slight thud of bass way off in the distance, and like I said, on the weekends, my cross street neighbors they go full bore with the music, and it's not bad music. Sucks when you have a head cold and you're nursing a migraine and you want just peace and quiet and you can't have that. But aside from the point, so it's not like I'm like living under a cell phone tower. I don't live under a radar dish. I don't live in I know most of my neighbors, and it's not like I'm living next to a restaurant with a battery of microwaves going off. You know, uh, there's uh, there's literally no reason for my Wi-Fi to ever be suck. And right now I'm on about I think a 60% connection, 70% connection based upon what I'm looking at here on my Chromebook. Have you seen? I'm on just the title screen here. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. Um, but I'm ranting. The Nuzlocke for the Titan. So the Titan challenge. I always play an EXO. uh, do, 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 do. Let's see, where's that head I like to use? There's the brain. We go for the little Oni horns. Eye color. There we go. And there we go. And let's see. No markings. Head is fine. I think I used this one here for the other exos. Yep, that's it. Alright, so we're done. I think that's it, right? There's no way to turn your model around to see everything else. Okay, so, oh, look at that. If I was, you know how much this is? It's a lot. and it's bullshit. Don't do it. Seriously, don't do it. So anyway, so translating the Nuzlocke for the Titan. Like I said, just to recap, total short point. I'm on restriction. I still like playing this game, but I want to have a bit of a challenge. And since I can't challenge myself against PvP, I can't even do a private match. I mean, everybody who plays with me knows what my connection is like. Everybody who plays with me knows what my playstyle is like. Why can't I be in private PvP matches? If the whole thing is about, oh, your connection shit, well, Bungie can go ahead and ascertain that by letting me play in private matches, and then finding out, is it the people I play with, or is it the fact that, my internet is just crap? But now I'm connected to the servers, as you saw, attention contacting Destiny servers. If there was an offline version of this game, and I think Stadia is, even though I still have to be connected to the internet to use the Stadia service. But if there was a true offline version of this game like there was for Halo in Oni, I would totally be all over it. There'd be some content, trust me. Alright, this is all nice and pretty. Everybody's seen this, though. So we're going to skip. Alright, so the Nuzlocke challenge for Destiny in the translation. Per activity, you are allowed to keep, let's see, you can keep one gun per slot per activity. So, for instance, you got this opening the wall breach. So you get the oh my god, I can't remember the name of it. The auto rifle, and I think it's like a shotgun. I think in one of the other chests. Typically, when I start a new character, since I already have a character, I only have a couple of characters that are already established. I go ahead and I give them weapons to get their power level boosted and to get them going. But we're playing a Nuzlocke challenge here. Now, here's the rules. Okay, so only guns I collect am I allowed to play with, and I'm only allowed to play with one kinetic, one energy, and one heavy. So there we go. We got that as a restriction. If I pick up a new weapon, I can only pick up a new weapon or accept a new weapon from a new area. So if I, like say for instance, I'm in the wall right now, it says the breach. When I leave the breach and I go to the divide, I'm allowed to pick up one kinetic, one energy, and one heavy from doing activities there. And anything else I pick up, I have to destroy. Okay, so I only ever actually have one weapon in my slots at any time. This is going to be fun. And if my character dies... oh shit. Okay, yeah, that's not going to work out. Let me see. Okay, here we go. So, you pick up the weapons per area. And let's say during a quest you have 3 lives. Alright, you can do 3 reses. If you die a 4th time in a quest or an activity, which is not, I don't know if that was playing. Yeah, you have to restart your character. Well, I think no, I don't know. Okay, so there's my energy weapon. Oh my god. Really? Did I not reload all the way? That was a fail. I used shotguns wrong. You know that, right? Alright, let's just go ahead and reload this. And I'm going to see if I can tune my abilities, because I want a pulse grenade, aftershocks. Whoops. I tried to double dodge out of there. Silly boy. Okay, I want... Okay, we're still getting shot at. Let's do that. Alright. Anyway. What's the one that gives me multiple grenades? Gain additional grenade slot. Okay, that's the one I wanted. Well, there you go. What did I spend here? Like 15 minutes too long? Jesus. Now, to be fair, we have like about seven, I think 8 devices going off right now in this house. So anyway, all right. So I'm in a new area for the most part. I thought for sure I'd get a new weapon in the divide, but oh well, didn't happen. At least not that I could sell. New light's a little bit different now. Okay. Okay. And then we're gonna do this bullshit. I also don't play with the volume on very much, as you can tell. Okay, so let's see. I only got a new hand cannon from Doc 13. So I don't know. Let's do it that way. Let's say one new weapon per quest. You think? I don't know. I don't know. Trying to figure out how to do the Nuzlocke. I think basically I'm going to stick to the 3 deaths. It's a new character per quest. Per quest. When it sends you back to orbit, when the mission's over, whatever, then you're allowed what would D&D terms be called a long rest. So you get to reset your life totals back to 3, but you can't earn more. So, in other words, if I didn't die in this event, which I don't think I'm going to, you don't get to carry over the extra lives for harder events, and just basically try to play to, I guess, I don't know, the soft cap, which would be 1250 for this season. So that would be then you win the Nuzlocke that way, and you're allowed to go ahead and continue growing that character if you like it, or you can delete and start another one. But I think one weapon per encounter or per area would probably be okay, I guess, because you don't really like find them, in the wild. I mean, you can find them in chests and stuff if you open them up. If you open up loot chests and things like that, you can find them. But I don't, or you can get them off of mobs. Guardian abilities, yeah, I know about guardian abilities. That's okay, dude. See, like right now, there's no Sparrow, and I'm not underneath Nuzlocke rules not allowed to pull one for myself out of collections or transfer one from another character or the vault. Um, that's the other thing too. No vault, no vault for the Nuzlocke. Okay, you don't get to vault anything until after you complete the Nuzlocke, and again, that's getting to 1250. Now, what about season passes? If you have the season pass, does it count? Let's say no. Let's say you don't get access to your season pass either. Um, oh, we got connection problems here. Perpetually spawning shanks. That's not good. Uh, Deaths would also be counted as being returned to orbit for disconnections. Okay, how about that? Deaths will also count. Being returned to orbit for a network error also counts as a death. We'll see that's part of the Nuzlocke as well. Woo. All right. Pew, 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 pew. Da, 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 da. Okay. This should afford me some extra oomphs. Uh huh. I thought there was beasties here at one time. Get used to this shit. This is a thing. This is always going to be a thing. Oh my god. Oh, I wasn't even talking. Mike was off the whole time. Sorry. So this is a part where it can be kind of a struggle. You got to be careful. So I had said that no infusion. So, oh, come on, really? There we go. Just make that happen. So if you find a piece of armor or a weapon that's got a lower power level but better stats, it's choice. You want better stats, you want higher power level. Since the Nuzlocke is contingent upon reaching the soft cap, probably want to go with power level as a strategy. Although long term, since you can't keep any extras in your inventory, I don't know. Let's see. Can we keep extras in our? I mean, you can keep extra Pokemon in your inventory, even though technically Pokemon, the first 6 in your party is who you have, and you are allowed to keep some axe stock in the bank. So we're doing no vault. Uh, I guess we could just do one set of armor and one set of weapons. In which case, I need to make a choice, or one archetype. How about that? One archetype of weapon, because there's a lot of bounties that do require you to hot fire with certain other weapons. So in other words, if I get another auto rifle, I got to make a choice between the Kostov and that new auto rifle. But right now, I've got these 3 weapons. So technically, if we go into collections, and we look at weapons here, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 kinetic types I can get. There are 4 energy types I can get, and then there are 5 heavy types that I can get. So, and I can't. In other words, that means that if I want a shotgun, I've got to get a shotgun in energy slot. I can't have a shotgun in my kinetic slot. I can't have an auto rifle in my energy slot. I have to have an auto rifle in only my kinetic slot. So there's the Nuzlocke. Okay, we got that figured out now. And once the slot is filled, you have to delete a slot to accept a slot. So if you get an extra one, you can't have 2 of the same archetype or anything else. Okay, we can fast travel now. Yay. So that's how we're going to do the Nuzlocke for Destiny. It's a little bit on the light side. We could probably do a hard mode, which would be like only the kinetic, energy, and heavy slots are filled. You get a new of any of those types, you have to delete the one that's inside, which of course would prohibit you from doing any bounties that require a specific gun type. So that would be actually extra challenging. But we're going to try this version, of the Nuzlocke right now. And again, it's only when we get returned to orbit does it count as a full rest. In other words, all of our lives get reset. We cannot stockpile lives. You have 3 lives, you die 3 times, then you got to remake the character. We can skip this guy because I don't think you're hearing anything, are you? Alright, so there's my energy slot. Sniper rifle. Blast from the past we don't care about. Alright, checking out, making sure we got the steps right now. Okay, so Guardian Rises. Defeat Fallen in the Divide and recover data scraps. Clear the lost sector in the Divide and complete bounties available from Shaw. Alright, so we do have to complete a bounty, but I think it's only 1 bounty. Alright, so taking a look at my weapons. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. I think I probably want to go with a sniper rifle. I still haven't gotten a heavy, so we're looking for heavies. Alright, so let's see. Bounties. What kind of bounties do we want to do? Make sure we pick something that we can do, because, again, defeat Hive anywhere within the Cosmodrome. No. Defeat combatants with the precision damage. That's kind of nice. Defeat combatants in the Cosmodrome using any kinetic weapon. That's better. Using any energy weapon. Okay, so we're going to pick that bounty. And that's it. We know what this is. Now, this is where the Nuzlocke would change. Getting the chaperone still counts as a... because the chaperone is a kinetic shotgun, I could only get shotguns in the energy slot. So technically, cannot get the shotgun, cannot get the chaperone. Although, in the Sun and Moon Nuzlocke that I'm playing, I did say that if you have any special quests for Pokemon that are outside of the air, that are within the area that you're in, you can only fulfill those quests within that area. and those Pokemon don't count towards your limit of what you can capture in the area. So if I translated that to this, because this is a special quest, that means I'm allowed to go ahead and get the chaperone, but we're going to say a no exotic list. Okay, let's try a no exotic challenge with this as well. So we're going to bypass that for now, and we're going to go into the divide, because right now we're in the steppes. We have to go to the divide and attack everybody there. We haven't been sent to orbit yet, so we're still on our 3 lives, and I haven't died yet, so I still have all 3. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to work with kinetic weapon kills. And I'm going to just go ahead and stay with the Kostov because it's a good gun. It's a nice solid gun. Man, I miss my exotic Kostov from Destiny 1. Technically, I don't have to miss any of that stuff. I can always just reinstall the game and play. I bet I can play PvP there too. Ooh, that's something I want to try out. I want to see if I'm restricted from playing PvP in Destiny 1 also. So now I want to... Oh, shit. Now I want to go do something else. Huh. Boo, yeah. Wretch. I don't know. Maybe the hand cannon would be a better choice. I'm just thinking to myself that that lost sector is pretty good. It's a pretty strong sector. It's got a lot of ads in it. I might buy a farm in there. In which case we have to re-roll the character. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to get data scraps and kinetic weapon kills. Yeah. We're going to go for the hand cannon. Let's check this quest here. Alright, that's almost done. And we're going to go ahead and track this one too. Oh, we're picking up a patrol. What the hell? This gun's got some good accuracy on it. Nice sticky reticule. Some aim assist there. A lot of the times I've seen people play... Ooh, there's a chest. We lucky, get a heavy. Nothing, just materials. That's kind of nice, though. I do need materials. Oh, that reload is so punishing. So the precision kill gets you the doodad. Or maybe not. Yeah, it looks like it's a precision kill gets you the doodad only. So Grease and Shanks isn't gonna... Oh no, Shanks will give it to... It's random then. Okay, that's always fun. I like random shit. Yeah, let's do the random shit. Come on. He should drop more than just... He dropped nothing. Shit. Okay. Alright. We made your point. Sorry, my wife is installing a new phone, so it's fun to listen. It's fun to listen to. I like hearing people being happy. It does mean a lot to me. Um, Whenever I start to really doubt the future of humanity, I just think about what can I do to make someone smile, and I go do that. I go do that thing, and that smile is every. I don't know. It's kind of weird that way, huh? We still need data scraps, but I bet you I could get data scraps in this sector. I think I can, if I remember. There's my Shaw Han Shaw, Han Solo, Shaw couple. Because he's not a solo, get it? Lost Sector, ooh. Dun dun dun, Lost Sector. Only 3 rounds in snipers. I remember when snipers actually made you piss yourself when you saw them. It's so sad that snipers have become basically just nothing. That's deceiving. That's misleading. Why can't they put a meter distance on that thing? Or give us a mini map? I mean, come on, Ghost, what the hell you do for a living? Okay, cool, so I can get this stuff in here. Oops. Wow, does this thing have Firefly on it? I didn't even inspect it. That's a maze. Now we got the Shanks. 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 Pew pew. Yeah, it's got Firefly on it. Sweet. That's kind of nice. Alright, this is the part where I normally get silly. Do 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 do. Do you know how long it takes to say a small prayer of any value, of any kind? About as long as it takes to reload. Please hurry up, please hurry up, please hurry up. Dun dun dun. There we go. And wish this hand cannon had Firefly on it. That'd be kind of fun. So yeah, if you do Nuzlocke challenges when you play your game, um, you don't have to worry about sunsetting because everything you play with is going to be current. And chances are you'll probably be redrawing your character before you even get to Iron Banner. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might do Titan Nuzlocke for the whole of this career, for the whole of his career. That might be kind of fun to do that, just to see what happens. Oops, don't want to get messy. Come on through, Bubba's. Is that blinding? I'm sorry. Watch out, don't let it get in your eyes. It'll sting. Wow, you're stubborn. This is why I like the double nade, because, yeah, reasons. Titan grenades are so awesome. I wish Hunter grenades had that kind of power. Trip mine's good, and the scatter grenade is good, but yeah. Please hurry, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry, please hurry. Is this just going to be like waves and waves and waves, never ending waves? Because I'm getting kind of tired of it now. Okay, good job. Here we go. Oh, he's the dude with the big guys and the mini guys. Is this the sector boss? I think this is the sector boss. Da 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 da. Da, da, da. Yes. This is why I don't play sniper. 'Cause I suck. I play sniper the way it's supposed to be played. On a ridge, or a mountaintop, or tree. Somewhere up high, out of the fucking way. With a spotter. You know? Snipers in this game are just a joke. The snipers should only be in heavies. They should never be freaking special or energy or kinetic or whatever they call it. Hi, I'm a drag. I'm gonna push. Push! Yes? No? Maybe so? Okay. Because that's technically... Yeah, the Kostov is a much better choice at this present time. Well, I can't travel because I haven't finished. Oh, okay, never mind. Well, I still have this thing here I want to do. Oh boy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't like leaving. Stubbornness is just amazing in this game. And at the end, I think it comes down to the fact that Luke Smith is just completely like in love with the whole MMO thing. It does not count. This is not an MMO. It will never be an MMO. You will not be able to manage an MMO. You can't even freaking maintain a connected server between the players who are, helping you connect that server. Eh. Eat it. Eat it, Guardian. Oh my god. Come on, dudes. Alright, let's see what we got here with this thing. Wait, did I pick up... I picked up a rocket... Oh, that's right, because I got the rocket launcher out of the doodad. Okay, cool. The chest thing, that's what I'm talking about. Chest thing. Oh, just shoulder dash fail. Uh, Close, but no cigar. Getting there, though. Gizmo. Come on, buddy. This way. Come on. Come on, somebody die already. Come on. There we go. It got completed. No, I can't pick up another bounty. Still doing the Shaw thing. can't use it until I get out of the area because I don't want to die while I go looking through my inventory. Okay, here we go. Here's an example. So I got an auto rifle and I got an auto rifle. Guess what's going to happen? Stuff has to go bye-bye. I got a sniper, a shotgun, and a pulse rifle. Now, according to my collections, the only pulse rifle I can carry is in kinetic. So we're going to make it go bye-bye. No energy pulse rifles. So we toss that out. And we got this guy. He's good. Outrageous Fortune. Good fun, good fun. I'm going to put this in my inventory. There we go. And we could also try to do equipment locks too. In other words, whatever area you pick it, when you move to a new area, you can change your weapons. But you can't do back and forth either, so no backsies. In other words, I can't be juggling between the Divide and Dock 13. I have to, have to go through 2 other areas before I can return to another area. Unless, of course, a quest, says otherwise, let's say. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I was spray priming shit this afternoon. So that's all going to be up in there. Alright, and at this point, yay. Cool. Okay, so now we got our scout rifle, which is a kinetic. That's good because we want that to stay in kinetic. And it's not a bad rifle. He's pantomiming a bunch of shit. Complete the mission Cold Brute. Okay, what else? It's a 1060. Here's the armor. So we'll change that out. Alrighty then. So that's about it. I can say that this is probably a pretty decent thing. It'd be a way to play the game without getting too bored. It'd be a little challenging, making sure that we have interest in the game still. Of course we do. Otherwise I wouldn't be playing. Yep, that's a definite Firefly on there. Oh. I don't want to play all the way through, but if I leave now, I'll have to come back to the Cosmodrome for that. So technically we still have all 3 lives, and I've got 1 each of the weapons. Ooh, this is one of those. That's going to take some time. I should look at my weapons before I use them. So it'd be like, weapons are like Pokemon. And I mean, I don't know. Maybe we could do infusion. That'd be like leveling up your Pokemon, right? Wouldn't that be something cool? I mean, I know that with adept weapons, if you masterwork them, you get extra power levels to everything. But it'd be nice if you could do that with all your weapons in general. And then adept weapons just get an extra bump, a power level above that. So, okay, so yeah, that is a pickup quest right there. So it's not a continuing quest. I forgot about that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this here for now. I want to see something real quick. The destinations. Yep, I'm still a bad guy. Okay, well, in a game that promotes and encourages people to be bad guys, yeah, I get kicked out of a fucking match a couple times because some dickweed dosses everybody, and then I get the restriction. I mean, that's seriously, that's like being in the convenience store during a holdup, and you're a customer and a victim, but you're also going to get arrested too. So it makes a lot of sense. Anyway, that's going to be it for now. I'm going to bail and go play another character. Catch you guys later. Oh, uh, the Nuzlocke recap, just in case. So it's based on your collections, no exotics, no infusion. You can only play with the archetypes that are in the slots. So only energy slots carry only shotguns, grenade launchers, fusion rifles, sniper rifles, yada 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 yada. So no cross slotting. In other words, you get an auto rifle in your energy slot, you got to delete it immediately. Otherwise, you play with anything here. You can only carry one at a time, so if you get an extra auto rifle, you can't play with it until you finish your current activity, whether it be a bounty, a patrol, a quest step, whatever. Then, when you're off of that, you can go ahead and declare a short rest, which is basically sorting through your inventory before you do something else. A long rest can only happen at the end of a quest, or a match, or a strike list activity. Basically, when you get returned to orbit, that's when you can take a long rest, which replenishes your lives. When you're playing Crucible or Gambit or Strikes, um, if you die 3 times, that counts against you. Um, Delete an extra weapon. Delete a weapon at random from your inventory. There you go. How's that? Because you are going to get wasted quite a bit in Strikes, Gambit, and in Crucible while you're playing this way. So if you die on patrol, uh, which shouldn't be happening, if you die 3 times on patrol or before a long rest, you have to re-roll your character. Or maybe we'll just do it that way. Maybe we'll just say, if you die 3 times in a strike or a nightfall, or 3 times on a patrol, it's a re-roll. If you die 3 times in a Crucible match or Gambit match, then you have to delete a weapon from your inventory or something like that. We'll figure something out. All right, I'm gonna bounce off and go play another character. I'll catch you guys later.